Boston Harbor. A group of colonists, their faces painted to resemble Native Americans, moved toward the British trade ships. Their eyes burned with anger. Some were farmers, others were merchants. But they all had one common goal: freedom. They climbed aboard the ships, carried large chests of tea onto the deck, and dumped them into the sea one by one. The tea swirling in the waves was a sign of rebellion. This event would go down in history as the Boston Tea Party. How in the spring of 1775 the morning silence of Lexington was broken by the footsteps of British soldiers. The redcoats, as the "Fire for Freedom," a shot rang out, cutting through the air. That bullet, later known as the shot heard round the world, the American Revolution, had begun. For 2 years, the war had been extremely difficult for the colonies. The British were powerful, their soldiers well-trained, and their equipment superior. But the Americans refused to give up. On July 4, 1776, the Continental Congress met in Philadelphia and made a decision that would change the course of history. A young lawyer, Thomas Jefferson, held up a piece of paper and read it aloud with great excitement. "We, the people of the United States, are now free." The crowd erupted in cheers, and some were unable to hold back their tears. The Declaration of Independence had been adopted, but Britain had no intention of accepting it. The war was just beginning. The year 1777 was a tough one for the Americans. Under the leadership of George Washington, the army endured a brutal winter at Valley Forge, struggling to survive. Many soldiers had no shoes, and they suffered from hunger and disease. But Washington never gave up. "We must endure for freedom," he urged his troops, boosting their morale, and their patience paid off. That same year, they won a major victory at the Battle of Saratoga. This victory was so crucial that France, Spain, and the Netherlands officially began supporting the American cause. The French provided soldiers and weapons, changing the course of the war. By 1781, the American army had grown stronger. General Washington, along with his French allies, trapped the British army in Yorktown. The famous British commander, General Cornwallis, had no choice but to wave the white flag of surrender. The war was over. In 1783, the Treaty of Paris was signed, and Britain officially recognized America's independence. The colonies were now known as the United States of America. George Washington became the leader of the newly founded nation. 10 years after that fateful night when tea was thrown into Boston Harbor, America had become an independent country, free to determine its own destiny. And this victory sent a powerful message to the world: those who fight for freedom will win sooner or later. Don't forget to like and follow for more.